Welcome to our very first bonus episode of Two Girls, One Pod. Who are the girls? That's me and Sissy, as you've seen the new artwork, which I'm dying over. I'm recording on Wurundjeri land. Welcome to the very first new Tuesday episode of the podcast. It might sound a bit different, but this is how it's going to be set up. First, I'm going to tell you something that I've been Yvie Jonesing to talk about. Get it? Jonesing to talk about. I'm making it a thing. It's not like fetch. It's actually going to become a thing. Then we're going to go and we're going to answer one of your emails or your DMs or your questions or your texts if you actually know me, or my phone number or my producer Rachael's phone number or our WhatsApp. Maybe fax us something. If you have a pager, page us, we'll call you back. Anyway, we're calling it female back. But it's not just for females. Females, God. Females are not just women. Females are the female species of every species. So we're women and teen women and girls. But also, as Rachael has only just taught me, it is the those, theys, gays and lays. No? Did I get it wrong? It's because she's mouthing it to me. And
the girls, the gays and theys.
The girls, the gays and theys. I've never heard it before. And I love it. You know, I'm all about learning new things. And that's my new thing, the girls, the gays and these. But the interesting thing is one of the emails that we got today that I'll be reading out for you later is actually not one of those. So I'm excited about that personally. And then you've asked for it. So Yvie's useless facts are back, baby. Add in the claps there, Rachie. Thank you very much. Okay, what am I jonesing to talk about this week? It's got to be the last episode of And Just Like That, and Just Like That, and Just Like That, and Just Like That. The show is shit. Can I... Look, I've got to be honest, I have hate watched this for the past 2 seasons, as so many of you have. I'm not actually sure I've met a person who likes this show, but I've met so many, I know, and I've met and I've read and I've listened to so many people who are watching, right? So we're watching it because everyone loves Sex in the City. But this show is crapola, and it hasn't gotten any better. I actually wanted to talk about the last episode because I think as far as it goes, it's probably the best we've had. And I'll get into that in a minute. But Michael Patrick King, he's the ruler of this show, right? So my theory is no one, you're talking the best writers in the world can be on this show, okay? So why aren't they? They're not, because this is my theory. Michael Patrick King is a big old dictator and he will not be told anything. He thinks he's so... he's doing it all right. I don't know what he, this guy has only got yes men around him, clearly, okay? So he has to be reading. He has to be listening to what we're all saying and thinking. But it's going, you're all wrong and I'm right, because the ratings, they rule. And you know what? At the end of the day, and I believe this about so many shows and movies, is it's the ratings. But what he hasn't factored in is we're all hate watching it. We are all hate watching it. You're getting our ratings, mate. So they've just announced that we're going to have a third season. We're getting a third season. They're doing a third season, which is fantastic. Wow, great. Oh, look, can I first talk about Che? Worst character ever written. Oh, God, that's a big stretch. Definitely not the worst ever written. Such an opportunity for diverse writing, such an opportunity for diverse casting, such an opportunity for a diverse character. And They've just, oh my God, Sarah Ramirez, they must be just internally, externally, who knows, when they go home at night, they may have someone to talk to. They say, what the hell is this? What have I signed up for? You know, I hope the money for Sarah is good enough, because they had such an opportunity with this character. I'd like to, I mean, you've heard what I just thought about the Che character, but my friend Nellie Thomas, who we must have on this podcast, I think you will all adore her so much. She said it so succinctly that I really want to use her words, because I don't think I could say it any better. And this is coming from a queer person, okay? I watched the new infamous stand-up set. Now, the stand-up set that we're talking about is where Miranda and Carrie and Aiden all turned up to the Comedy Store. Carrie was already going. Che knew that they were going, didn't know Miranda was going to come. And Miranda has decided, I've got to redo myself as far as exes go. So I need to be more supportive, and Che and I should probably talk. So I'm going to go. Okay. This is what Nellie had to say, Nellie Thomas. I watched the now infamous stand-up set by Che in the last episode through half-opened eyes and gritted teeth. I don't know if it hit me more as a comedian, because Nellie is a comedian, by the way, a queer person, or a human being. But to be clear, it was unequivocally cruel, dehumanising and wrong. I would go as far to say it was abusive. Sure, as comedians, we mine our lives. There's sometimes collateral damage, but there's a line. Miranda did nothing wrong. The relationship simply didn't work out. To have that framed as though she's really straight, which is what Che said, was bad in bed and was a clueless fool, is just bullying disguised as humour. This is so great coming from a comedian. To double down and say that this is part of Che's self-actualisation is utter bullshit. If Miranda had been abusive or some such, perhaps a set like this could be justified. But no, it was about denying her very existence. Che could have been such a wonderful character. Instead, the writing team have turned them into a caricature of a tone-deaf, self-centred, desperate narcissist, and it's such a shame. To repeat, humiliating someone's sexuality, sexual performance on stage, at a barbecue, in a locker room is utterly reprehensible and entirely unfunny. Side note, I love this little side note now. Why the hell didn't Carrie leave? Okay, so I think that was so brilliantly put, and it said a lot about Che. Let's go back to that last episode. Kim Cattrall. Let's talk about Kim Cattrall, who we all were so happy that she was holding out. Like, she wasn't coming back, and she was publicly bollocking this show. Well, not the show, the people, or everything. And she came back. She got paid $1 million, apparently. 70 seconds. But all I have to say about her return was she spoke to an apartment on a speakerphone. And I don't think I need to say anything more about that. What? Why? Look, we all know that the show's a bin fire, but we are going to keep watching. It looks magnificent. My God. Is it Kim Fields? The stylist, she's back. She came back, and that's why the fashion is so incredible again. But I am going to end it on this, which was brilliant. Charlotte got the monologue of the whole 2 seasons. Who wrote it? Definitely wasn't Michael Patrick. But he's allowed someone to come in and nail it finally. This is after Harry says to Charlotte, because Charlotte's gone back to work. Everyone knows this. And she's asked Harry to pitch in. This is going to be both of us now. This is going to be both of us now, Harry. We both have to be the parents here. We both have to do the things. And he's like, yeah, I can do that. He's just yelled at her. Well, yelled out, not yelled at her. I can't do it all, Charlotte. And her response is just chef's kiss, because everyone around the world, every wife or domestic partner that does the majority, is feeling this really deeply.
You are not doing it all. I know. because you made a few breakfasts and you ran a few errands that it feels like you are. But in fact, you're doing the bare minimum of what I and other women have been asked, no, expected to do around the house for years and years and years. And now I am asking, expecting you to help me with part of it, not all of it.
And the best part of that is it's everywhere. People are sharing it and sharing it. You do not have a slave. You do not have a servant. You have a partner. So start acting like it. And just like that, that's me jonesing for the week. What do you all think about me doing a theme song of my own for Tuesdays or just for everything? Should I just come up with theme songs? Is there anyone out there who would like to work with me gratis on theme songs? Well, there's like I could have more than one. Okay, we're back. Second segment with Yvie Jones and a bonus ep, which is out every Tuesday. It's just me, is our female bag. We've got one from Chris in Perth about dog issues. Hey, Yvie, just wanted to quickly say how awesome the pod is, particularly after hearing an episode you said, only girls and gays and theys listen. Nope. I'm a 37-year-old man with a wife and 2 kids. What? This is blowing my mind. And having previously watched you on Gogglebox, smart man, great taste, it's awesome to now have more weekly content. I have a dog question for you, as I know how much you love dogs. We have a 13-year-old Maltese Shih Tzu. Oh, my God. Can we just stop there? I call them bitey whiteys, because the Maltese and the Shih Tzu alone are the highest on the list of aggressive dogs, which is really weird because they can't really hurt you. But as far as biting goes, they're the ones. This is not what he's writing about. His name is Achilles. Oh, so gracious, Roman. I don't know. But lately he's been actively disobedient. The quick story, we bought a nice new outdoor lounge suite and have barely used it, but he has taken to it as his own personal dog bed, as he should, by the way. And now he has started ripping one of the cushions. We are slightly devastated at buying this $900 dog bed, which we haven't really used ourselves yet. And he knows it because as soon as we open our back door, he ruffles out into the cover, jumps over the barricades and bolts away. We have verbally scolded him many times, but literally 15 minutes later, he will climb back in. So, okay, I'm not a dog behaviourist. My advice is I don't know what to do because I don't know how to discipline dogs, but I do know how to watch TikTok. And I watch a lot of dog behaviouralists on TikTok, and I'm not even sure what they would say about this. This is what I'm going to say. Achilles is 13. He's 13 years old. This kid's going to probably live till he's 20, but he's 13 and he wants what he wants. And yes, he's being actively disobedient. He likes his new bed, and I hate to say it, it's his now. Unless you want to maybe buy something better for him, not better than your lounge. You might, I don't know, I think he is being actively disobedient because he clearly rules the roost in this house. And I think that's what we've come down to. A lot of people say to me, oh my God, you have so many dogs. Like when I'm out in the park, with my fosters and everything, they always say, who's the alpha? And I go, me. I'm the alpha. And they're like, I was thinking about, and I'm like, no, that's it. They know where their food comes from. They have to wait for it. This is what I'm going to say to you, Chris, is it sounds like Achilles is ruling your house. So you're going to have to take your power back. If you don't want him on the sofa bed and everything, then make sure, he's jumping over things. I don't know what to do. You need a behaviouralist or just give him the damn bed. or quickly here's my answer. Race him to the bed, race him to the lounge. And when he goes to jump on it, just body slam him until he flies across the backyard. And then he'll get it may hurt, but don't body slam your dog. Please don't body slam your dog. But definitely go, no, this is my lounge, and sit where he would sit. And if he gets the shits, which he will, because I know what Shih Tzu Maltesers are like, they will stand and they will bark at you. Also, when you're feeding him, don't give him any food, his meal, don't give him his dinner until he's either sat down or just being quiet. And I know that you're like, but it's always been that way. That's where they came up with the saying, old dogs really can learn new tricks. They can. And you know what? If they're hungry enough, they'll do anything for you. So hold out and say goodbye to your lounge, or just all pile on together and enjoy. But I'm really glad that, Chris, that you sent me an email, because you are a man and you know what I'm like with straight white men. I'm assuming you're white. Your name's Chris. So I'm assuming you're white. I can only assume these things. And you know what assuming does? It makes an ass out of you and Ming. And I don't know who Ming is, but assuming. Guess what's back? Useless facts. Guess what's back? Useless facts. Guess what back? Useless facts. Useless facts. Boy, have I got a good one. It's really short. So, Rach, I'm going to tell you, okay? Okay. When we shiver, why do we say that someone has walked over our grave? Do you know, Rachael Hart? You don't? What would you hazard a guess? When you shiver, someone just walked over my grave. You get that feeling, and it's not just I'm cold, it's that feeling of, like it's a whole body thing. Okay, I'm just going to tell you. When the prisoners were taken out of UK's Newgate prison back in the day, you know, when they used to hang them, don't hang them anymore. I mean, I hang them, but they don't hang them like what I used to. They had to walk over their own burial sites en route to the gallows. So somewhere along the line, it just became a part of common parlance that you've just walked over your own grave. Oh my God, you are actually feeling the shiver. You know, look at me, I've got goosebumps. So we feel like someone has just walked over our own grave by just knowing that. I wonder how many people listening to this will actually get the exact same reaction as us. Let me know if you did, because it's a creepy one, isn't it? But that's where that saying comes from. They literally had to walk over their own burial sites before they got deaded to be put in them. What now? Imagine that. I don't like it. Anyway. I hope this is an okay beginning episode for our new bonus app. I love you guys, and I'm really, really glad that you're going to be listening to my dulcet tones twice a week now. But the best part is it won't just be me next episode. It's going to be me and a guest. So we're doing guests still every week. Fabulous women. I think that we can probably throw a few they, gays and lays in there at some point. I'm never going to get that saying right. You know I won't, Rach. Because, you know, there's some men out there, or they non-binary people, that I think, you know, we can't just have two gals, one pod. It may be two humans, one pod. We're not changing the name, just so you know, because the artwork is brilliant, and there's just, we don't have that kind of time or resources. But what we do have is me, and I'm going to be here every week for you. So if you have a DM, an email, a female, a she-mail, a B-mail, D-mail, any mail, send it on. I will check my DMs. You know, I used to say always just send them on to Angie. Well, you know what? Angie's not here anymore, so I'm stepping up. I'm going to read my own Dan emails, and I've got an email. Well, we've got an email at 2girls@novapodcasts.com. novapodcast.com.au. It used to be another one, and I'm not going to tell you what the other one is because we've changed it. But that's what it is now. 2girls@novapodcast.com.au. Forward us an email, make us an email, send us an email. Bye, everyone. I'll talk to you on Thursday with my next special guest. Dunno. That's my theme song. Dunno. That's our theme song. Dunno.